Hey guys, welcome to the child, the family, and the community. This is your first official lecture, so let's dive on in. We are always going to start our lectures with a check-in, and a check-in just lets us know where we've been and where we are going this lecture. We haven't been anywhere yet, right? Because we're just getting started, so it's really just going to talk about this time around where we're headed. And so we're really focusing on getting to know each other, understanding the syllabus, and really having a very clear understanding of those expectations. So let's jump into getting to know each other a little bit more. And I think really there's no better place to start than sharing this wonderfully embarrassing picture of myself with you guys. This is me about 6 or 7. I probably don't have to elaborate on what decade it's from, just because you probably can reference the very cool hair and the heart sweater. Not that I'm a super cool person now, but I am different. That awkward child, probably still awkward, but now I have an early childhood special education credential, a master's in early childhood, and a master's in educational leadership. But I think the coolest thing is really that I started where you guys are now. So I actually started in community college in Lake Tahoe Community College and grew from there, and really got involved in education and really on how people learn and really understanding that we're all capable. And a lot of times the best way to learn is to think outside the box. So to really think outside the parameters of what we normally do. And that's what I'm going to aim to do a little bit in this class as well. So let's take a look at my beliefs. Learning, especially as an adult, can be challenging, and that is because we can feel a little bit of discomfort in ourselves with not knowing something. I think the expectation early on even is that we should have the right answers, we should know what to do, and unfortunately, that's not when learning takes place. Learning takes place when we admit to ourselves we don't know or we need to know more. So as a student in this class, I want you to lean into that discomfort and we're going to work through it together so you can come out more knowledgeable on the other side. I also believe that learning should be engaging and applied. And what I mean by that is that you should understand why you're learning something and how that's going to apply in your life or how you can use it. It all should be engaging. I think reading textbooks can be great, and that is definitely going to be an element of what we do. But there's going to be a component of engaging with the materials to make it feel real and personable to you. I also believe that diversity makes us stronger. So this idea that we all come from different perspectives, especially in this class, as we think about how people develop and how different things that have happened to them impact them, diversity is a beautiful lens to look through to understand why things impact us. Also, we are all individuals and we require different approaches to learning and to demonstrate what we know. So I recognize this and I'm going to do my best to kind of pre-build this into the assignments, that there's going to be options there, but there are going to be opportunities to do assignments where maybe you don't feel like you can demonstrate your best work because it's a writing assignment or it's a recording or whatever it might be. And in that case, that's a discussion time for us. You get to come to me and we will have an open communication about how you can demonstrate the same set of skills in a way that you feel comfortable. I understand we're all going to be able to show the same things in the same ways. I want to know what you know. If that's in a different format, great, let's figure it out. I also believe everyone is capable. I've said that already, but truly, everybody in this classroom is capable of leaving with an A. I am here to support you and make sure that you get there. And this is also, learning is a partnership. So I'm going to hold up my end of the deal and you're going to need to hold up your end of the deal in order for all of us to be successful. Okay? And that means that we have expectations for me, expectations for you, and expectations for our community. So these are the expectations for our community. We all add value to this environment. We all understand that. We welcome all our perspectives. We are going to respectfully engage all the time. We're going to seek assistance from each other and from me as we need it. And we're going to actively engage with the materials. My expectations for myself that I want you to know is that I'm going to be as clear and organized as possible in getting you information. I'm going to offer a variety of assignments. I'm going to be actively present in your learning. And what I mean by that is I'm going to give you hopefully meaningful feedback. I'm going to be available for you to ask questions. I'm going to be looking at the grade book consistently and checking in with you if you need something. I'm going to provide a safe environment. So no judgment from me. If you need support, if you need something, you can come to me and there's no judgment here. I'm going to be able to reach out. I'm going to be reaching out to you if I feel like you need support. I'm going to make sure I always treat you with dignity and respect and have some flexibility to meet your individual needs. Ultimately, though, please remember, I am also human, which means I am not perfect and I will never be perfect. And that means I'm going to grow and make mistakes along with you. And I'm going to lean into that discomfort as well in doing so. My expectations for you is that you're going to complete all the modules and every component in the module, so all the reading, all the watching. You're going to maintain the confidentiality and privacy, so if your classmates share something, it stays within the class. You're going to have an open line of communication with me, so I understand how to best support you. You're going to contact me if you have any concerns with deadlines or any concerns with materials or due dates, and we're going to work that out. I understand life happens, but deadlines are there for you to be successful. If I made everything due at the end, you wouldn't be successful with it. So please try and follow the deadlines, but reach out to me if you can't. Make sure you're treating everybody with respect and dignity. I'm going to post videos like this one, but they are just solely for your learning. They're not to be shared outside the class or to, I don't know, I don't even think I could go viral if I wanted to, but maybe if I did something funny. Don't need to make me a meme. It's for your learning. And also, give yourself grace. Expect to make mistakes. You're human too, and I know that. We're all going to grow and learn together. All right, so let's talk about the syllabus just a little bit because I know you're going to read it on your own, right? So after you read the syllabus, make sure you reach out with questions and you take that syllabus quiz. But before you jump into it on your own, if you haven't already, I want to highlight some really specific things within it. The first thing is the student conduct. And this is because I want you to understand that AI is not permitted at all. Grammarly, even if you're just using it to reword things, it needs to be your work, okay? You're not going to grow at all by using those things. And I definitely don't want to grade those things. I want to see your work. I want to see your perspective. And really, there is a system that we use as professors where we can highlight it and find it. So it's kind of just going to be a waste of your time anyways. And I'm just going to have to ask you to redo it if you use it. So avoid using it. I want to know what you know. I want to know what you think. And a lot of our assignments are really going to be centered around your perspective. So please share from that place. Okay? All right. Now, let's talk about, hold on. Here we go. Our online class discussions. Okay, so this is one of those examples of me trying to build in opportunities for you to meet your needs. You have 3 choices for online class discussions. Weekly, I'm going to pose a question to you, and you are going to share your thoughts and perspectives and information on that. You can do option 1, which is an individual posting, where you either write or record yourself by Thursday of that week, and then respond to 2 peers by Saturday. That's all by yourself. If that is not your style of learning and you'd rather have a discussion, that's great too. You can make a small group of 2 to 5 people, and it shouldn't be any more than 15 minutes as long as you meet these criteria. Everybody talks, you answer the questions, everybody shares their perspective. You post it by Thursday and you're done. Or you could do the professor-led posting, which doesn't have a day yet because I want to get your feedback on when that works best for you as a community. And then you would just attend the professor-led posting, and my role in that will just be to facilitate. I'm not going to be sharing right or wrong answers or giving my thoughts. It's really just me to facilitate the engagement. So those are 3 options for meeting that posting. If you want to participate in the small group posting, but you don't know anybody, don't let that dissuade you from doing it. I can actually help form groups if that's necessary, okay? So don't sway away from that if that's what you want to do and you just don't know anybody yet. Last thing I want to talk about in the syllabus and the first assignment is really this piece around the student information and plan for success. So this is one of the assignments kind of right off the bat you need to start working on, but you do have until September 6th. And I gave you that option to do it until September 6th because I want to encourage you to take advantage of meeting with me. So again, you have 2 options here. The first option is to meet with me and just have a discussion. Very informal discussion about your plans for the semester, what your goals are, how I can support you. And how you would do that is to click on this Google sign-up sheet, find a time that works for you, and fill out the rest of the information. I'll send you a Zoom link. It's just a Zoom link that's right on the front of our homepage. Okay? And then, however, if that is not something that works for you, then you can do option 2, where you just answer all of these questions and then submit it into your Canvas. I encourage you to do option 1. It's really informal. I hope I'm not scary. If you talk to me, you definitely find out I'm not. I just want to get to know you and know how to support you. And sometimes the best way for me to do that is really just to talk to you. It's a great chance just to touch base. So I encourage you for option 1. Understand if you need to do option 2 though. All right, so those are the things I really wanted to cover in the syllabus and what's coming. Before I let you go, I just want to talk about rubrics a little bit because in all the assignments, I'm going to have a rubric attached, and they're there for two reasons. The first is that I want you to have a very clear understanding of what's expected in the assignment. And the second is I'm going to use them to make sure all of my grading is very non-biased and that I'm grading you based on your merit and what you've put forward. So what is a rubric? A rubric is a matrix which breaks down the necessary components of the assignment. So what needs to be in the assignment to be successful? It sets clear expectations for scoring and for you to do the assignment. And really how you would use it is read it before you get started. So even before you start the assignment, you read the assignment and then you read, how am I going to get the best grade possible to make sure everything is in there? Then you can do the assignment and refer back to the rubric before turning it in just to make sure there's no pieces you missed. Let's practice, okay? So let's say this is an assignment I gave out. It's not, don't worry. But just pretend it is for the rubric's purpose. So this assignment says, write a story about a time you broke a rule. Okay, here's our example. When I was little, I loved to ride my bike. My parents had two rules. They were wear your helmet and wear closed-toed shoes. Ironically, I could go out whenever I chose. One day I was wearing sandals and I thought, oh no! I hopped on my bike and rode down a large hill toward the bottom of the hill. My feet came off the pedals and the top of my sandals caught the ground. I ended up scraping the top of my feet. They were bleeding like crazy. So if we think back, the assignment was to write a story about when we broke a rule. That's what I did, but does it meet the point? So let's look at the rubric. So in order to get full points on this, which is 10 points, oh, sorry about that, hold on. I would have had to tell you what happened, tell you how people reacted, and tell you whether it impacted my future choices. So I didn't get 10 points on this. I just told you what happened. Does that meet the 5-point criteria? Let's see. So 5 points would be, I told you what happened, I told you how people reacted. I didn't even get 5 points because I didn't tell you how people reacted. I just told you what happened. So really, I completed the assignment, but I didn't meet the criteria based on the rubric. I only get 2 points. That's why rubrics are so critical, because they tell you exactly how to get the best score possible, okay? So all of the assignments have rubrics. Use them. They will make you successful. If you have questions about a rubric, reach out to me, okay? And we'll figure it out together.
Okay, to finish up, I just wanted to do our checkout. We'll always have a checkout. Normally this will be in the summary of the module, but it will give you an idea of where we're headed and what needs to get done. For this week, I want to make sure that you spend time familiarizing yourself with Canvas. Make sure you feel really comfortable with all of the systems and how to navigate through our course. Be sure to complete the Module 1. This includes the syllabus quiz. Please take that syllabus quiz as many times as you need to get 100%. I want you to be familiar with the material. Complete your student learning contract. Make sure you activate your profile. Please put a picture in your profile. So since we're not in person, I can see what you look like and we can get to know each other. You also need to make sure you complete your student information and plan for success. This isn't due until February 1st, but it's because I want to give you a little bit of time to hopefully meet with me. As you can see here, I'll share it with you right now. Student plan for success due February 1st. You do have two options. You can go ahead and meet with me, Google sign up, or meet with me in office hours, or complete a written submission. That's option 2. If you do the first option and you meet with me, you're just going to click on this link here, and that will take you to this sign-up sheet. All you have to do is find a time that works for you sometime in the next 2 weeks. Put your name in, the course number, and then where you would like me to email you at. And then once I get it, I will update it and send you an email inviting you to a Zoom link. I would love to meet everybody. I know this isn't always possible, but if you do have time, please reach out and I would love to meet with you. Make sure you do your discussion. Your first discussion for this week is an introduction to who you are. This does need to be a video recording. There are instructions inside of the discussion post for this week. Be sure to complete your first technical watch-in work, which is your oath of honesty and moral conduct, just where we talk about why we're not going to use AI and how it's going to benefit you to do your own work. Do the getting to know you, our community survey, just to know, so we can kind of get an idea of who we are as a group. And the last thing I want you to know is just to be aware that Module 2 will open up on Sunday, January 25th, 2026. So all module assignments will be due on Sunday and the module will open on Sunday. So you'll get just about a little over a week to do every single module each week. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I am here to support you in any way I can. I hope everyone has a great first week, and I will see you in Canvas. Bye.